care about no other idols, yo. I just woke up from this dream. I know the name of Ahayah is powerful, and I know that's his name. I never had this before. When I was into YHWH saying Yah, I never had this before, not this kind of impact, man. Man, I exalt the power of Ahayah, man. This dream was so impactful and so truthful. Like, I never had this before. I just had to wake up and just talk about it, yo. You know, I've been playing ball lately, going back outside shooting, playing ball, playing a few games. So in my dream, you know, I saw myself going by the basketball court, seeing people playing ball, doing their thing, thinking to myself like, yo, I should hop in this game right quick. You know, give my old self back again, you know. Show people about that soy sauce. You know, that was my street ball name, soy sauce. So within that dream, and I was thinking like that and watching the game, you know, it showed this guy, right? And definitely hot sauce, you know, if you know hot sauce from AHLA, it showed him. And it was just wild stuff going on. It's showing his personal life. But I know hot sauce represented somebody else. And it showed, you know, the things he do in his bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And it was just wild like that, weird kind of, you know, in my head. In the dream, I'm just thinking like, where is this going? And I wanted to wake up, but I couldn't, you know, because I didn't want to be a part or attached to nothing. It's wild and crazy. So then that same person, you know, hot sauce, appeared next to me as I'm walking by on the court. And then it's like he's trying to take the ball from me. I have a ball in my hand, and he's trying to take like, you know, the moves that I do, which is crazy because, you know, I pattern my game after him, you know. So I'm soy sauce. Plus people got jokes because, you know, I look, you know, so-called black and Asian. So they got jokes calling me soy sauce. So, but I took some of my moves from hot sauce. So in the dream, I'm trying to do a few moves, right? To show like I'm soy sauce. You know what I mean? Like to prove like I'm soy sauce. Like this is what I do. But in the dream, I can't do my moves, because I keep slipping the ball. The ball keeps slipping away. And they like, man, you ain't soy sauce. Prove it. So then I'm trying to prove it. I keep messing up, slipping the ball, slipping, flying everywhere. And because like when I do the move, my picture on my face would show me like on a wall. It would just show my face, and then it prove like this is soy sauce. So then I guess I give my glory, my esteem, and my honor, and then then the dude, I guess hot sauce would stop trying to emulate me, which is crazy. But that never happened. So what ended up taking place was I ended up now leaving the court, going into another area of the park, and it was like a so-called um, uh, a activist, not he wasn't a black activist, a so-called activist type of person, right? Who supposed to be standing for the people, and I go up there to him like, man, for some reason I just go up to him. Think he was like, I think he was like an Armenian dude, but that's the key. It's like a trick to that. It appears as an Armenian dude, right? Or some kind of foreign dude. And he's talking about something about the people. And he's judging me, you know, basically because I can't prove I'm soy sauce. So as he's judging me, and I'm saying this to him, I'm saying this loud and clear, but they act like I'm talking in foreign language, like they can't hear me. I'm like, man, do you know what I stand for? Like, man, like I don't want to stand for this soy sauce stuff, man. You know what I mean? I stand for the people, because we all equal, doing good and no evil. That's why I keep saying I stand for the people. Cause we all equal, doing no good and like doing all good and no evil. I say it again. I stand for the people, cause we all equal. You know what I mean? We doing all good and no evil. You know what I'm saying that? Then they act like they don't want to hear me, right? So I'm trying to get louder. So then, out of nowhere, this foreign dude, this activist dude, want to start exalting Allah. Like he started exalting ALLAH, Allah. He's exalting them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like going wild, because it's crazy. Because that little scene in the park, and then after he started doing that, it turned, no, it still stayed the park scene, but I don't know, it started getting powerful. You could feel a build up. So he just started exalting, like, Allah. And then I'm like, then he starts speaking in an Arabic language, right? You start speaking in the Arabic language, like, and then start really exalting Allah, right? And then in a dream, I'm looking at him like he crazy. Then I gave him the middle finger, like, man, it's crazy because I really, I can't believe I spoke so profane. I said, man, I said, F Allah, F your idol. I didn't say idol though. I said, man, F Allah. I said that to him. So I guess he looked at me like I was powerless, right? Then he turned around with that look like in the movies, looking at me like, then he frowned up, and then he just started charging at me. Then once he started charging at me, man, and I just stood there strong and just looked at him like, man, I ain't worrying about you, man. Ahayah, Allah is my power. I said, no, I didn't say my power. I just said Ahayah, Allah, Ahayah, Allah, not Allah, not like ALLAH, but in the Paleo Hebrew, AHLA, Allah means power. See, in my ignorant days, I used to think that Allah and Allah is the same thing. Like it's because they sound similar and it go together. Like it has the same meaning. I used to think so stupid like that. And I praise Ahayah right now this morning for waking me up, showing me the difference between Allah and Allah, like the difference of languages and the difference of idols. But once I start exalting Ahayah, Allah, Ahayah, Allah, you know, once I started exalting that, he became very afraid and stopped charging me like a bull. He became very afraid. And then he just started looking at me, and then his whole character changed. He changed into this fragile Caucasian, blonde hair. Because at first he had on the glasses and he was looking like foreign, like he can be Indian. He could be. He was looking like he was a Muslim. He could pass off for a Pakistani. He could pass off for a lot of things. But then once I exalted Ahayah Allah, saying Ahayah is my power, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Ahayah is my power. Ahayah is power. I believe Ahayah was just letting me know right there that he's the most powerful. No matter what we're going through, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what people are saying, call upon me, Ahayah Allah. For I'm your power against anything. And no matter what's charging at you, and no matter what idol's coming at you, no matter what, and no matter who it is. And I praise and I exalt the name of Ahayah because he showed I've never had this with no other name. I've been in this walk for over 19 years, going on 20 years, and I've been knowing the name of Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahuwah, all of that, and it never appeared to me like this in a vision. And I just want to be as honest and as humble as possible. Like I've always honored God. Always, whatever his name was, whatever he was, I have songs honoring and exalting the name of YHWH, honoring and exalting Yah. I never honored and exalted Yahuwah. I honored the name Yahweh before because that's the name that was introduced to me when I first came into the walk 19 years ago. That's the name that was introduced to me, and that's the name I called upon when I was in jail, and they was trying to give me a 4-year sentence. But I asked, the Creator. But I called up. I was talking to the Creator, but the only name I knew was Yahweh. So I called upon Yahweh, and I got a sentence lightened, trying to give me 4 years. But it's crazy because the real story was that on the table was 4 years. See, even with the name Ahayah, I like to be as honest and truthful as possible. I've never been like this with no other name. I just feel like to be honest and truthful as possible. But on the table was 4 years, and then I had coming up court appearances to what they was going to do with my what they was going to do with my case. So then I prayed, and then the next time I went, they gave me how many days they gave me? They gave me, I believe, 3 months and some change, and then I got out early from time, like from like I got out of early. I got out of jail early because it was overcrowded, and and my crime wasn't that high. It was a light crime. But the point is that I used some other idol names before, but just like that, Ezekiel says, like I believe that's in Ezekiel 14. But just like that, Ezekiel says that you know, Ahayah will answer us to the multitude of our idols. You know what I'm saying? Like he will answer us accordingly to the multitude of our idols. And I believe that's Ezekiel 14. I can't even check right now because my phone is dead. And I don't even know where my Bible is at. Sad. Don't ridicule me, please, though. I'm in the bed still. But the point, if anybody know exactly what that script is, like you can post it in the comments if anybody checks this out, so they can know where it says that like I would judge you according to the multitude of your idols. You know what I'm saying? No, I will answer you according to the multitude of your idols. Answer you. So no matter what idol you come in before the power of Yasharallah, Ahayah is going to answer you, no matter what name you. But like I was saying, I never had this before with no other name, and it's just different now. Like my life is different, things is happening different, and I'm just experiencing like different things. But all I know is the guy that was once looking foreign, he turned, into a fragile Caucasian dude with glasses. Then he was just walking away. Then I became more powerful and more threatening to him, but not in a dangerous, negative, domestic type of way, but in a righteous, like righteous, powerful servant type of way. You know what I'm saying? And it was just seen throughout the park too. And then he was just walking off. He had a cigar in his hand now. He was just fragile. And then I overheard someone say within the dream, now that they was like, now look at him. Like this is what he looked like when he's sitting up in his home and he watching so-called black people calling us a bunch of niggers and a bunch of all kind of other stuff, right? He's been exposed, trying to push the idol upon us and trying to threaten me and come at me like that with the idol and trying to play to my vulnerability of trying to be what I once was or prove that I'm still this when I'm really just a servant of a higher. And that's okay. Just be a servant to a higher and know his power. A higher AHLA means a higher power, or a higher is power. I will always exalt a higher above anything because too many times before in real life just walking, he answered me. Everyone has their own personal relationship. Some people has a personal relationship with idols and they give credit and glory to the idol that's responding. But it's actually a higher, like I said in that Ezekiel. A higher will answer you to according to your multitude of your idols. Which you just giving credit to the idol. So a lot of people, had different relationships with their idols, and some have different relationships with a higher. And just knowing my relationship with a higher, he answered me differently than ever before from me calling upon idols. Like he showed me, he's here and there iffy calling upon an idol, but I know you still my servant, so I'm gonna peek my head in. But when I call upon his name and I use the name Ahayah, I am that I am, right? Or some books may say I am who I am, but I am the great I am, you know, or the great to be for Ahayah is to be what he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going into, into the paleo there. But when I call upon the name Ahayah, it's much different. Ahayah Allah, not Allah, not the Arabic idol, not the Muslims idol, not. Ahayah Allah, talking about in our language. Allah means power. Ahayah is our power. I exalt you and I praise you above all things, even above myself. And I love you and I thank you for even bringing this to me. You woke me up out of my sleep at 7 something, and I just been looking at the ceiling, and I just had to say this. All praise to you, Ahayah. Hopefully this testimony, touches somebody, and may Ahayah reach out to you or you reach out to him and change your current standings, whatever you're going through, whatever is going on, whatever confusion you may have. But all praise to Ahayah. And I love you, my people. I do. Shalom.